Good afternoon.
首先，非常感谢
First of all,
各位媒体出席广州市政
welcome
府新
to
闻办
attend
举
the
办
press conference organized by the Information Office of Guangzhou Municipal People's Government on epidemic prevention and control. Today is June the 3rd, 2021. It is the 70th press conference organized by the Information Office of Guangzhou People's Government. Right now, the epidemic situation in Guangzhou is very severe. We have been implementing the decisions from the central government and put people's health as our top priority. We have exercised all the regulations for the prevention and control, especially we focus on the traffic control in certain districts and regions, and we are doing our best for the NAT. We are taking a proactive action raised with the epidemic and the virus, making sure that every aspect can be paid attention to cut the transmission route so that we can win the battle against COVID-19 and safeguard the health and safety of our people. In order to address the questions from the public, and today we are glad to be joined by relevant departments to attend the press conference, and they will brief us on the latest situation about the epidemic and answer your questions about the materials guarantee, health code, market regulation. First of all, I would like to introduce our special guest for today's press conference. We have the spokesperson from the Municipal Health Commission, Madame Chen Bing, Deputy Head of the Market Regulation Bureau, Mr. Yang Hui, Deputy Head of the Government Service and Digital Management, Mr. Liang Wenqian, and the Executive District Head of Liwan Government, Mr. Lin Jun. So first, we will move ahead to the first item. I would like to give the floor to Deputy Director, Madame Chen Bing from Municipal Health Commission to brief us the latest situation of the epidemic in Guangzhou City. Friends from the media, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to give you an update on the epidemic in Guangzhou. On June the 2nd, from 0 o'clock to 24 o'clock, 16 new cases reported in Guangzhou, 11 confirmed cases, 5 asymptomatic cases. 4 asymptomatic cases reported earlier turned into confirmed cases. Yesterday, for the 16 new cases, are all identified from the mass testing and the screening. We found 10 from the screening, from the close contacts, 5 from the NAT, 1 from the fever clinics. As of 24 o'clock from June the 2nd, this round of the epidemic reported 70 confirmed cases, including 56 confirmed cases and 14 asymptomatic cases. Right now, all these positive cases have been transferred to number 8 hospital for treatment and quarantine. For the 16 new cases reported yesterday, all their close contacts have been sent to centralized quarantine and medical observation. For all these 16 new cases reported are all in the high-risk regions, 11 in the Zhongnan Street, 4 in Baihedong Street, 1 in Dongjiao Street of Liwan District. This afternoon, the leading group on epidemic prevention and control announced the number 16 notification. We have changed some of the restricted area for the Baihedong Street, Zhongnan Street, and the Dongjiao Street. We imposed lockdown to these streets in Liwan District. I would like to send out a reminder to residents in these 3 streets. Make sure that you stay at home, do not go outside, and also monitor your health condition. On top of the number 15 notification, for the number 16 notification, also include the Chongkou Street, Hailong Street, Shiweitang Street, Chajiao Street, Dongsha Street, Huadi Street, be included into the confined management area. So we will not allow people to exit these above the streets. For this restricted area, we will also impose traffic control, manage the activities happened inside of these areas. We will roll out several rounds of NAT. Please cooperate with the government arrangement. So right now, I would like to give you the latest update on the mass testing happened in Guangzhou. The number 16 notification clarified that for the Xichun Street, Nanyuan Street, Qiaozhou Street, Changhua Street, Caihong Street, Fengyuan Street, Duobao Street, Shamian Street, Ningnan Street, Hualing Street, Longjing Street, Jinhua Street, and Zhanqian Street will complete the new round of nucleic acid testing by the end of today. Please cooperate. Since May the 26th, we roll out the mass testing to key regions. As of June the 2nd, 24 o'clock, we have collected samples up to 7.8 million people, and over 6.8 million samples reported negative. We have already found 29 positive cases. And right now, many people paying attention to the yellow house code in Guangzhou. And first, we have established a temporary sample collection site in different regions, and also we are setting up the green channel for certain people who are holding green code. We publicize the sampling site to the public. So if you are holding a yellow code, make sure that you visit one of those sample collection places to receive another round of nucleic acid testing. So please be notice of all of those information published by the government. Third, we will expedite the NAT, and also we will pack all of those samples separately with those people who are holding the yellow code. And of course, we will upload the result as soon as possible. And also, we will work with multiple departments to understand the change of number of people who are holding the yellow code. And then we will adjust the number of sample collection sites by different districts so that we could meet the needs of NAT from the general public. For key regions and key populations, we will check their house code, making sure that we can clear all the yellow code. What we are doing right now is actually strictly abide by our guideline, that is to be proactive in prevention and control and extend the scope of testing and screening. So please make sure that you mind your own hygiene and also cooperate with the government to exercise the prevention and control regulation. That is my update. Thank you for Madam Chen Bing's briefing on the latest situation in Guangzhou City. And she also gave us some updates on some of the content of the number 16 notification and also the current mass testing. Thank you very much for Madam Chen Bing's introduction. Now I would like to give the floor to Mr. Yang Yanhui, a deputy from the Market Regulation Bureau, to brief us some of the work from the market aspect. Friends from the media, good afternoon. Given the situation in Guangzhou right now, the Market Regulation Bureau will continue to monitor the market price to ensure the supplies and the daily necessities can be provided to the local people. So we will send out a notification to monitor the price. In the evening of May the 28th, we actually inform all the market regulation entities in Guangzhou to monitor the price for daily necessities. We are trying to understand the supply situation right now, making sure that there's no situation of price hogging or stocking. And also we are publishing some of the price regulation to certain companies. We are reminding these companies not to overstock the supplies or raise the price deliberately. On June the 2nd, we have published a notification on further strengthening the market price in Guangzhou. We analyze the situation and also improve our emergency response, also clarify our own responsibility. Also, we are doing our best to find out all of those illegal behavior. We have zero tolerance to those illegal activities. We will punish all of those companies who have raised their price deliberately. Since we kick off the prevention and control measures, we always give a lot of pressure on monitoring the market price. We have checked around over 200 cases that have been violating our regulation. In the past 1 week, we also identified 3 illegal cases. On May the 30th in the morning in Panyu district, according to a whistleblowing, they have established a task force. Also, they find the one company is selling the vegetables at a really high price. But it is fortunate we found that we do see some minor increase for the daily necessities in certain markets, but in general, the market price remains stable. Third, we will continue to monitor the price and also to respond to the needs of the public. We have a dynamic monitoring system. We are using information technology to better monitor the price for some daily necessities, including the rice, oil, meat, eggs, and also some anti-epidemic materials. If we found some of the prices are changed dramatically, and then we will look into each one of those items. And especially in the past few days, we are focusing on the supply in restricted area. In Zhongnan district, street, we found that some of the price is very high, and also there is an unreasonable pricing for certain products. And we identified that there may be some delivery problems in the Zhongnan street of Liwan district. We are working with the local department to try to stabilize the price and also try to provide more sufficient products to the Zhongnan streets of the Liwan district. Thank you very much. Thank you for Mr. Yang Yanhui's briefing on the situation of the market regulation in Guangzhou. Now, the floor is open for questions. Now our speakers is ready to take your questions. From Guangdong Broadcasting Center, my question is to the deputy from the government service and the digital management. According to number 15 notification, for people, they have to present the health code, especially the green health code, when they're visiting some of the confined spaces or public facilities. So I would like to understand what measures has been taken by your department to monitor the health condition of our people. So the Guangdong Health Code is very important in Guangzhou, and also it will have a big influence for people's livelihood. And right now we have actually including some of the new functions for the Guangdong Health Code. For example, people can check the results of their NAT or the vaccination results in the health code. We have taken a series of measures to monitor the health condition of our residents. For example, you may notice we have published the number 15 notification. Before the publication of the number 15 notification, we do test some of the functions of the Guangdong Health Code, and also we are estimating how many people may obtain the health code, and also we are analyzing the broadwidth and also the capacity of the number of health codes available in Guangdong province. And also we are activating some of the emergency response. We are adding 12 network processor to monitor the health code. Right now we have 128 health code machines to process the information from the Guangdong Health Code. So this is the hardware investment. And the second, we will set up a guarantee mechanism. We have an emergency response task force, and we will work together with the Health Commission and the Public Security Department. We are also receiving a lot of support from the government service and digital management departments, especially in peak hours at noon and in the evening. We are investing more people to check and monitor the situation of the Guangdong Health Code. if we found some of the malfunctioning, we will try to fix the issues for the household. And third, we are paying a lot of attention for the peak hours. So as we publish the number 15 notification, we are seeing more and more people need to present the house call when they are visiting some of the public facilities. So on the day we are publishing the notification, the number of house calls presented is up to over 6,000 per hour. And also in the morning section, especially during the commute, altogether, the code is presented for over 30,000 times per hour. So it requires a heavy load for our system. And actually, this amount of presentation of the health code is 2 times higher than the same time of last year. So last year, when we first published the health code, when we are ready to distribute some of the free face masks to the local residents at that time, the download amount is about 170 million. However, yesterday, if we look at the number of people who are using the health code, is over 90 million. So that means many residents like to use the health code. So that's why yesterday we do have a malfunction when people using the health code. Because of that, yesterday we have taken some of the measures. First, we need to enable our residents to show their health code. And today, this evening, we will upgrade our system to improve the capacity of our system so that in the peak hours, especially when they're going to work, they're able to show the Guangdong health code effectively. Thank you. Thank you for Mr. Liang's answer. Next question, please. With CMG from Guangdong Station, my question is to Executive District Head Mr. Li Jun. I would like to understand what are the measures taken by the Liwan District right now, how we ensure the material supply in Liwan District. Thank you for your question. So right now for Liwan District, we almost finished the second round of nucleic acid testing in Liwan District. The total amount of sample collected is about 1.02 million. We may found some of the positive cases. It is within our control. In the prevention and control measures, we are having a grid-style management. We have a 3-person task force. To certain districts, high-risk districts, every 200 households, we will have a 3-person task force. And to the mid-risk region, every 400 households, we will have this task force. And for the other regions, for example, the low-risk regions, every 800 households, we will have a 3-person task force. And in the future, we will provide more targeted services to each one of the household. As I said, for the 3-person task force, they have 10 responsibilities. For example, they will monitor the health condition of the local residents. They will check the quarantine situation, and also they will try to bring the daily necessities to those households. And for this task force, to certain areas, they will also do a large-scale screening in terms of the material supply and the material guarantee. Actually, Director Chen just said that this afternoon we have just published the number 16 notification, and for 3 streets in Liwan District have been included into lockdown area. So right now we have to serve over 180,000 residents as compared to 110,000 residents in the past. So the Liwan district has been working with the municipal government to ensure the daily supply. So right now we have initiated a 1+3+3+N mechanism. So for each one of the task force will focusing on one street, and also they will arrange 3 mobile vending machines and 3 emergency community center. When we look at the past few days, we are able to provide a sufficient supply of the meat, oil, and also the vegetables to the local residents who are living in the restricted area. But still, we think we need to have some improvement for our service. Some of the residents are saying they have to wait for a really long time for the delivery, and also there may be some problem for the transfer of the materials. For some people, they're suffering from chronic disease. They think they have to wait for a long time to receive the medicines and the drugs. And also there may be some mismatch of our delivery and the request of the local residents. Of course, we're quite panicked about all of these issues, but we have to do a better job in providing services to the local residents. We have to do better. As for the delivery, we need to find out more categories and provide more products to the residents. We need to select different size of the package. We have the large, medium, and the smaller size of the packages. And also we are able to formulate a application booklet. So for the residents, they can scan this QR code, and then they're able to choose whatever they want from the application. As for the medicine delivery, we collect information from the telephone, and of course we will collect information from the application, and then we will deliver all of those goods all together. For those who don't know how to use mobile phone, or elderly people who do not have a mobile phone, we will send the 3-person task force to their doorstep to collect their request. And we will encourage more delivery companies to join us in this endeavor. And we will pay frequent visits to people who are living with difficulties and provide daily necessities to those people. All in all, I think we still need to do better. But I would like to thank the support from different streets and districts from Guangzhou City. Thank you for your understanding and tolerance. I hope all of us can join hands and pool our wisdom so that we can find a way to balance the prevention and control regulation, and we are able to provide more targeted services to people in different streets. We hope the local residents can receive more services, and then we can join hands and go through the epidemic altogether. Thank you. Thank you for your question, and also thank you for Mr. Lin Jun's answer. Next question, please. With Guangzhou Television Station, my question to Mr. Yang from the Market Regulation Bureau. You have just said that the local residents attach great importance to the market price. And also you talk about one of the case happened in Panyu district, and they actually punished one of the company who have raised the price for vegetables. My question is, as for the market price, especially in key regions, what measures has been taken by the Market Regulation Bureau right now, and what measures will be taken to further monitor the market price? Thank you for your question. Every time when we are hit by the epidemic, some of the companies, they try to violate the regulation and gain some personal interest. So in the future, we will pay more attention to the market price, to the daily necessities, and also the anti-epidemic materials. Of course, we will step up our efforts in the monitoring of the market price. And of course, we will strengthen our government services. And we will try to find out those illegal behaviors and punish those companies who have violating the market regulation. So all in all, I would say we will not tolerate all of those illegal activities. And today, in our WeChat account and official website, we encourage the public to monitor the market price so that we can altogether maintain the market order. We encourage the local residents to dial the hotline, such as the 12345, to provide more information to us. And also, please try to obtain all of those evidence. And the Market Regulation Bureau will publicize all of those information and punish those companies who have been violating the rules. And also, we will monitor the market price on e-commerce platforms. For some of the companies, if they're trying to raise the price or some illegal price competition, we will give them a punishment as well. By doing all of that, we can ensure a stable market price and also form a healthy environment for us to fight the epidemic. Thank you very much for Mr. Yang's answer. So that's the end of the press conference. And just now, we have give you an update of the epidemic situation in Guangzhou. And persons in charge of different departments have also addressed your questions. Once again, thank you very much for your long-term support and your coverage about the epidemic. Thank you again. That's the end of the press conference.